let's take a look at that, and I'd love to get your take on it. You can see
there it was
out an airplane window.
In many cases, that's all that a report may include.
What did we even see there, Lou?
Well, if you slow it down, it's not what well, first of all, there's a couple things wrong. The fact that a pilot has to use his own personal iPhone instead of the equipment, being able to track it. Thankfully, the iPhone worked. The question is why wasn't the equipment on the aircraft sufficient enough to be used to get you that type of image? Two, what you see here is a still of this thing flying by the aircraft. Keeping in mind, doesn't have a transponder. It's not squawking. It's not identifying its friend or foe. It is up there at the same altitude of this aircraft, military aircraft, by the way, nonetheless. So there's a air safety flight issue. There's also the problem that we don't know what's in our own airspace, right? U.S. air domain awareness. We have laws on the books that require us to know what's going on in our controlled U.S. airspace. And yet here is proof positive. We don't. And there's no sufficient explanation. When asked what is, the answer was very simple. We don't know. That's a problem. That speaks volumes to the very issue that we've been trying to raise the alarm, if you will, sound the alarm over the last 4 years, because we don't have a good grasp on what's in our airspace.
We need to know.
We absolutely do. Imagine being at 30,000 feet in a commercial aircraft with some of your friends, and the if you will, the passengers are blissfully unaware drinking a cocktail, but the pilot, meanwhile, and by the way, this is a true story. The pilot is in this white knuckle, nail biting scenario where he has a UAP getting closer and closer to his aircraft and is about to take an evasive maneuver because he's got 200 lives at stake. These are the type of stories that I want Congress to hear. These are the ones where you want to talk about air trash and whatnot, air junk, fine. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about breakaway technology that can do things we simply can't do. And the more we obfuscate, the more the Department of Defense is going to be in a situation here where they're going to have to do some serious explaining.
Wait, have you heard stories like the one you just told about the commercial airline
Absolutely.
pilot?
Yes, we actually have the interview recorded on camera. So these are very troubling for me because, again, it's not just a flight safety issue. We're dealing with something that is clearly not a balloon or a drone or a quadcopter or anything like that, and it appears that we've been dealing with this for quite some time.
You know what? I'm a nervous flyer as it is, Lou. This is not going to help. Okay, no, it's fine. I can manage it. Let's show video number 2, which look like triangles, and they seem to be saying these were later identified as drones. We'll play it. They're ruling this one out. Here it is.
In this video, U.S. Navy personnel recorded what appears to be triangles, some flashing, recorded several years ago, off the coast of the United States. This was recorded while the U.S. Navy ship observed a number of small unmanned aerial systems in the area. And importantly, the video was taken through night vision goggles with a single lens reflex camera. These remained unresolved for several years.
It looks like a magnetile. I don't know if anybody has kids out there, but it looks like a triangular magnetile that's a little mirrored on the one side, just flying through the air.
Yeah, so interesting video. This video was obtained, I believe, from the Omaha incident, if I'm not mistaken. I was no longer in AATIP at the time, so I can't speak authoritatively on it. But let me, if I may, give you a quick analysis. First of all, there are artifacts on cameras, especially night vision cameras, where there is a limitation on what you can do. There's aperture issues. There's even, in some cases, you can have software issues, lens flare issues. And when you see an object that is strobing at a certain, if you will, frequency, could be navigation lights. It could very well be that this is a drone or a manned aircraft flying over. But here's why this is a problem, because they even said it during their testimony. If you have a drone or an unidentified aircraft flying over a fleet of, if you will, of Navy vessels, and no one is doing anything about it. And they're not your technology, right? They're someone's technology. And you're just going to sit there admiring the pretty lights. There's something wrong with that, because I can tell you myself, when I was in Washington, D.C., I lived on a little island in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay, and weekends we go out boating. And when the Navy ships would come into Annapolis during graduation, there was this no-go zone. And by the way, it was patrolled, and everybody who had a boat knew if you got within a certain distance of that ship, it was absolutely going to light you up. It was going to use lethal force, and it was going to blow you out of the water. So my question is, we have these objects that have been seen over our Navy vessels and continue for days and days and days to conduct what appears to be some sort of surveillance or reconnaissance, perhaps. And yet there's nothing the Navy does. They don't deploy some counter drone technology, which we have. They don't try to communicate, try to squawk with the thing, which, by the way, they admitted they don't. They said, no, we don't try to communicate. Well, wait a minute. How is that possible? That's a direct violation of the protocol that the Navy does have. If there's something flying in its airspace or a boat getting too close, they will absolutely communicate with you. So again, here's part of the contradiction that I see with this testimony. I'm not certainly trying to impugn Secretary Moultrie, Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence Moultrie, or Scott Bray in any way. But my point being is that a lot of what they said today was really contradictory, either by the evidence or what has been previously said before by the Department of Defense.
Inflation is at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates are skyrocketing, and a recession could soon be coming. Caught between runaway inflation and a recession, our retirement accounts are in real danger, and you know that if you ever check them. If you want to protect your future, call the precious metal dealers I trust, American Hartford Gold. They can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. It's all about diversification. All it takes to get started is a short phone call. They will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or inside your IRA or 401k. American Hartford Gold makes it easy. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and they have thousands of satisfied clients. Call them now and they will give you up to $1,500 of free silver on your first qualifying order. Call 866-518-2955. That's 866-518-2955. Or you can just text my name, Megyn, Megyn, to 65532. 65532. Okay? So again, that's call 866-518-2955 or text my name, Megyn, to 65532. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.